However, republic is biblical. And I will show you today why God pushed Trump. Because God founded the United States of America as a republic. Here's something that you'll love. We're in the Bible, and I'll show you that. But as we go forward, if we're going to be apostles, and if we're going to be an apostolic congregation under an apostle with the apostleship mantle on us, we've got to get it right. Now, and you'll hear people say all manner of stuff because half of these people got their sermons from people who got them off the internet, cliff notes on how to run a country. Either that or they were retrained, conditioned by those who hated America and worked hard to take it down. I am not of the persuasion that everybody who came here to the new world was in love with Jesus Christ. I'm not caring about that. But what we have learned is something the church has failed miserably in, and that is gift over office or office over gifting. And part of what I'm going to be teaching us is going to talk about the gift versus the office, because apostleship is the office, apostolic is the gift. And they said it. Did they not say it? Your apostolic gifting. How many times? Your prophetic gifting. Now, we never talked about your pastoric gifting. So if we're going to do that, and it's taken me all of these 40 years to come to terms with the reality that I have been called to do this. Now, I'm not just called to do it because I stand here and preach. If you had an opportunity to know what I've been doing, I've got everything for this move. I'm ready for this move to take off tomorrow. I am ready with classes, curricula, assessment tools, assessment generators, ecclesial guidelines, service manuals, fivefold manual, threefold manual, constitution and bylaws. This is not one move that the people are going to run with. This is a move they'll enter into something, because quality leadership and quality new moves of God are established first, and the people enter into it. So God always had a constitution, because everybody who came after Moses didn't get a chance to change the law of Moses. You entered into the law of Moses. But yet all of our moves have been about people being disgruntled with the church, disagreeable, I'll say, with the gospel. And so they launched a new move. We got the Mormons based on Smith having a problem with the church. He didn't like the Methodist church. We got the Jehovah's Witnesses under the same circumstances. And that's going to happen because that's what free will means. But the issue is not just where the people are. The people get to decide who leads, but after that, the leader decides the people based on why the people put that leader in power. I've had a great time this week reading the Democratic autopsies. Because they've been, what they didn't eulogize, they autopsied. And of course, none of their autopsies ever speak to how bad Kamala was before she was tapped to be their presidential candidate. All of the autopsies are about racism, misogyny rather, and about, us not, liking Trump, not liking him. People who voted for Trump are racist. Now, I'm black. Who am I racist against? He's white. I just want you to understand. And their autopsies are as flawed and unforensic as anything can be. But they never said the people proved to be smarter than we thought. They didn't want immigrants taking over their homes. They did not want a broken economy. They did not want their girls, daughters maimed by boys in their sports. They did not want their children's genitals cut off. They did not want those things. They did not want to have to pay for illegals to come into their country. Their commonwealth went to illegals. Oh, wow, the American people were smarter than we imagined. People will ask you, and my team will tell you, I said over and over again, I can only say what God says. And I will only say what God says. And God told me, I am not done with America. When I'm finished with America, Satan can have her. He must not have been finished because Satan didn't get her. But we got a lot to do. And a lot of it has to do with mindset. I was looking, like, when I look at our people, I am proud of Black America because it's grown up. Because of, I love the little gang stuff, the people with the grill in their face, talking about MAGA. Norma and I were talking about the Amish. Whoever thought the Amish voted? We did. We forgot we had Amish. The Pennsylvania people forgot we had Amish. And they your people. Or the Latinos who said, we are not voting on your issues. We're voting on this agenda's success that destroyed our country. Oh, go figure. The American people did not just vote brainlessly. I read something, you all should read this. Key in when you get an opportunity. Key in legacy media. I want you to read because the media itself is chastising itself for not realizing that 75 million people disagreed with their journalism. And you know what? They didn't care. They were having so much fun calling us deplorables and garbage and all of this, Trump thumpers and whatever. They were having so much fun, they forgot we still had the power of a vote. There is a woman who wrote an article, I don't remember her first name. She wrote one of the best articles as a journalist of all of those that I read. Streisel, what's her first name? I want you to look it up. And the reason I want you to look it up because she nailed it. And she said, we were so busy, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the exact words, mocking and disparaging Trump, we ignored his supporters. You're talking about the sitting president calling us garbage.